What's it called?
The Ampero Mini.
This is the Ampero Mini from Hotone or Hotone. We don't know which. Both ways are ways of describing your mum. The Hotone, Hotone. It's got to be Hotone. Is it? Leave a comment. Is it a Hotone or Hotone?
I think it is Hotone because of the fact it's got the word tone in it. But Hot One.
Why Ho though? Why's it going that high pitch? It's quite easy to use, not that we know what we're doing. So what's tuner?
Just press them together.
That's easy.
So go on the looper, you hold them.
That's quite good. That's very good actually.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got a tuner and a looper.
But there are a lot of effects on that. So how would one go about? What does this do? Okay, this just cycles through the thing. How do I find like the effects?
Probably in the edit.
Oh!
And then effects.
Okay, so you go to edit, touchscreen. So this. Oh, it's not my guitar. I don't care. £190. This.
Yeah,
it's got a touchscreen. So we really like the Joyo. What's it called? Cab box. Thought that was brilliant. Didn't have a touchscreen, but it has stopped working properly. And how long have we had it? 3 months.
Yeah, not long. One of them.
Yeah. So there's effects 1. What's this? How do I edit it? Do I have to go to it again?
It's it.
Oh look, you can go through things.
It did say on the bottom corner what it was, I think. Which might be why. So
it's current
effects, cry wire.
Okay, that's it off. What's this one? FET boost. So it's got a boost on it. Where's that delay? Let's get rid of that delay. How do we turn it off?
Ping pong. I like a bit of ping pong delay. Also, you can actually cycle through it with the.
Oh, that's what's happening. I was wondering what's going on there. Edit. You click on delay. You click on edit. You can turn it off. I'm going to save with the delay off because why not?
Still says delay and mix is 16, like it's still on. Maybe that's just how it's set, and then if you turn it back on, it will go to that level.
Probably, yeah. Maybe it's just shows you like the history of the setting. Just thinking, I can hear something weird about this. Listen. Is there a noise gate? Listen. Watch my picking. I hate noise gates. Right, let's get rid of the noise gate.
Get rid of that.
Cab. Noise reduction.
There you go.
You want that off? Why? Okay, because it buzzes all the time. I don't care about buzzing. It's actually quite good. On the amp.
It's got the main thing. It says gain, presence, master. You can skip over to their bass, middle, treble.
And this is where you change the amp. Is it here? Nope. Where? Yeah. How do we change?
That's on cab now, so you've got cabs as well. Amp. So I think it's this.
Oh, you can scroll,
which is pretty cool.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
I guess if you press, there you go. There's a different one. Hot Kitty Drive.
Hot Kit. Oh, it's a hot cat. Is it? What? Really? How do we turn the gain? Oh.
Yeah, gain. Yeah, it's just an up and down.
Oh, you can do it like that. This is really easy. So I'm going to turn the gain right down, clean it up, and just.
Won't call that clean.
Cleaner, sorry. Again, that's just how it is. I think it's brilliant. No, we haven't done much on it, but it sounds alright. But the thing is, you're going to tweak the settings anyway, and that sounds like fairly good before you've tweaked it.
So it works as soon as you turn it on and play around with a few effects. Basically.
Yeah, but you'd have to use a pedal board with it because you're going to have to lean down and turn. There's probably stomp box mode, to be honest.
Yeah, but then you could have different settings. So you could set that up to have a
through
clean, a break up, really driven, heavy one.
I'm thinking I'd like to change one of those switches so that when it comes to the solo, I've got a boost. And I wonder if it's got a stomp box mode so it does that.
It may do.
But this is, in my opinion, exactly what you need. So it's like the Joyo, but better, and it works.
It's got more in it. It's more effect. Like the Joyo thing, I was literally just using. I didn't really care about the cabness of it because we only used one that sounded decent, and I used it mainly for a volume at gigs to just get it to the right.
So this does all of that.
Does that and a lot more.
I think if you put this at the end of your pedal board, you could probably use it on its own, but I feel that 2 switches, it would be a bit stressful having just that.
I would always have my pedal board anyway because I've got pedals that I love on it.
Yeah, this is the perfect addition to your pedal board. You go that or a universal audio, Lion, or any of them.
Yeah, so you could. Another good thing with that is it's got the looper in it, which you'd have at the end of the chain as well.
Does the UA Lion have a looper?
Not that.
So it's worse. So that's better than the UA Lion. Yeah, should we have a quick scroll through the effects? So it's got loads of amps. I'm not going to scroll through and tell you all the amps. It's going to have like your Fender, your Marshall. It's got Bad Cat. Bad Cat? Are they called Bad Cat? What are they called?
It's a Kitty something.
Yeah, but it's a Hot Cat, isn't it?
Hot Cat.
I can't remember what they're called. Is it Bad Cat amps? I've forgotten. Played them.
They are Bad Cats, yeah.
Yeah, they sound great. So it's got those. It's got Bogner. I saw that. It's just got all the amps. So I'm not going to scroll through and show you. It's just got all these things have all the amps. And they all do the same sort of thing. They've got easy access to EQ, your gain, your presence, your master.
It's got an affinity boost. But yeah, it's got 1, 2 effect boost.
2 effect slots.
3 effect slots.
3?
Yeah, there's a third one down there. And an EQ one as well.
Okay.
Wait,
after the cab, so that's the loop, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if you can change the order. But surely that'd be too.
That would be brilliant.
But
generally needs it. So they've got an effect slot in the loop, which is quite cool because you've got your reverb and delay clearly in the loop.
Yeah, reverb, delay, effects 3, and EQ.
All the other bits in the front.
Noise reduction, which just get rid of that.
Well, you can use the EQ, set it flat, and just increase the volume. Use that as a boost in the loop, which is cool. Which is what I used to do on the Pherotone. Then you've got if you want this exactly the same sound, because if you put a boost in the front, it drives the amp more. Whereas if you put it in the loop, it makes that sound just louder. So you can use effects 3 as the EQ as that. It's got an effect in the loop. I don't know what else I need in the loop apart from reverb and delay. Maybe a second reverb, a second delay. Should we have a little cycle through some of the presets because they'll all be terrible.
Let's do it.
What was this one?
Is one. We did mess about with that. It's just gone to 2.
Oh, okay, it's heavy again. Okay. Sound to it, don't like that one.
Zephyr cleaner.
It's got a thing on it.
It does have a thing. Yeah, it's a 90 phaser.
It's a phaser.
Effects 2 is green drive. I wonder what that is.
Oh.
The thing I wanted to look at is it's got drum written on it. There you go,
Oh, wait.
But that's quite cool that it's got these in.
It is actually.
Just for a bit of practice.
What are you doing? What? So when you skip it, it skips?
No, I'm breaking it. There you go. Wow, there's loads. Hold on. There's 100.
100 different drum beats.
And this is the bottom lot are a metronome, and this is 9/8. So it's got time signatures in it as well.
That's fair. Can you edit those as well? It's actually really good. For £190.
BPM sync off.
I'm a bit surprised. Well, am I? Because I thought it would be good.
Change the tempo.
But I thought the Universal Audio line would be really good, and it really wasn't.
Boost, solo, /FX. That sounds like UA line.
Sounds right.
Just like the UA line.
Why does it sound? Look, listen to this.
This is heavy rhythm.
Yeah, but when you play lightly, it sounds terrible. What did you change?
Noise reduction's off.
Oh, that was that again?
Yeah.
Noise reduction just sounds so great. Is there a nicer reverb? Oh, at least Reverb goes.
This is called Pure Clean.
Ooh! Sounds nice.
Yeah, I really like it.
I'm impressed. Well, I didn't think it'd be rubbish actually. It's one of the things. Sometimes I'm worried about these things because you're like, oh, it's just the same thing for 190.
Yeah.
That is tiny. That's what you want to add to your pedal board. Like, if you've got a pedal board and you don't know what amp there's going to be, or just keep it in your gig bag in case your amp breaks or if it's silent stage, whatever. Or you need to do like our open mic night thing. We plug into a PA. That's your pretend amp.
When you told me about this, I thought it was going to be basically the same thing as a Joyo.
Yeah,
but it actually does a lot more.
It does
and
tons
I
more.
reckon with a lot of tweaking, you could set that up to have the preset saved how you like it and have it set up easily to just move between whatever one.
Yeah, you'd go through a set, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just have it as like a clean, overdriven sound, heavier sound, like a sort of gainy
and
one.
it does bass as well,
something
doesn't
else.
it?
Yeah, and that was the other good thing. It had, it's got a weird look at this picture on the thing. It's like an acoustic guitar but with 4 strings on it.
It's got P90s. Oh yeah.
But basically, it works for a guitar and bass, so that is also very handy for me.
I'm really impressed.
I do like how easy it is just to mess about with, like just take off the noise reduction. I know there are other options and other pedals that you can just swipe it up and down on the chain, or you can press, but it's very self-explanatory on the screen, which is handy.
Yeah, it's really good.
And these things where you can change the reverb mix by either swiping that up and down. That's
it's got all the really
and
handy
having
things.
the plus and minus, so you've got different options. I thought these might have turned, but they don't.
I mean, for 190 quid,
Yeah, because
I'm
I think
not surprised.
is that what's on the Pherotone or is that something else?
No,
It was on the
Cortex
yeah.
and the Helix does that sort of stuff.
But yeah, that's a lot for under £200.
It is, and way easier to use than the Lion, which took 17 hours to make sound mediocre.
No, let's just not talk about that anymore. It was a good pedal.
I prefer it to the Strymon Iridium, and I think I quite like the Strymon Iridium in the end.
Yeah, but that didn't. Again, that didn't have as much stuff. But like I said, I think if you play around with that,
we've never read the manual for it really. I mean, this does not tell you how to use the stuff, but it's self-explanatory. Whereas those two things, like the two big boys, like the main ones.
Yeah, you had to know what sequences to press things to get different sounds, right?
Yeah, and I think if you're doing a load of gigs and it's 6 months later, and then you get a silent stage and you get that out, you're like, oh, I'll get this. And you could work that. Whereas with the Strymon, you'd be like, oh, how do I turn I can't remember which button to press in what order, and you'll be googling it, and you'll be in a venue that's got too much steelwork, you won't get any signal, and that'll be stressful. That won't be stressful as long as it works, because I'm worried it'll be like the Joyo. But it's not.
It feels quite good. It feels like a decent quality build. So did the Joyo, to be fair. It's like a metal casing. It's quite solid.
This feels just better. I'm really impressed. It's 200 quid a lot. It's not really, is it?
180.
180.
190.
It's cheaper than the Strymon. It's cheaper than the UA. What is it? It's more expensive than the Joyo, but it does way more. Like £40 more than the Joyo.
Yeah, there's no effects and stuff in the Joyo.
That's got a touch screen.
Yeah.
It does so much more. The Joyo has an XLR out, which I like. This doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's rare probably to go straight into a desk with an XLR, but I like it in here. I use an XLR.
To be fair, that's the only place I'd use that XLR because at home I don't, and when we did the open mic nights, we didn't either. It was just
Didn't you?
jack.
Oh, I use an XLR with my DSM Humboldt, which I suppose is another comparison. The Humboldt's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Sounds incredible, really easy to use, but it doesn't have any.
Yeah, it's not for the effects, is it?
It's incomparable to that.
And it's analog.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
Mm.
It's so usable and so cheap. I'm a bit surprised. Sorry, I thought we were coming up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sorry, the camera just stopped because it's been half an hour. I thought this had been 10 minutes.
Yeah, that definitely didn't feel like half an hour. I was just going to say.
Pivotal point.
Yeah, the reverb sounds really good, which I know it wasn't a reverb on the UA line because it was a room, but
a lot of people commented they like a room.
Who?
I'm like,
who likes a room?
I'm like, you're in a room. If you want it to sound like a room, listen to the room you're in. You don't need, I want to make it sound like what I'm already in. That's stupidity.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No, it sounded crap.
The UA line.
This is brilliant. It means you don't need a reverb pedal, which saves you at least £100 and a power supply plug, because a good reverb is that. Even if you turn everything off and just use this as a reverb, which you can do because it'll be at the end of your chain in your effects loop. It could be a reverb and delay. Do you have a reverb and delay on your board?
I do. Not there. I don't. I've got it on my big board, so that would be very handy. I've just put a shimmer on. That's what I might.
Oh, has it got shimmer?
Yeah.
Oh, shim me up.
That's a magical shimmer.
Feels like it's too delayed. Can you just too delay? Like I hit a note, and then 20 minutes later it comes. It
was on 40 milliseconds.
That's sounding quite a lot like the Hall of Fame shimmer. That's not. Can you make it longer? It sort of dies too. I kind of want it to be like a. I mean, it's not going to be a cloudburst because that.
Hold on. Let's put that up a little bit. Oh, my fat fingers aren't working, but I can do it with the plus and minus, which is handy. Trail is on. There's a low end and a high end as well off this.
Which is good. I don't like the shimmer. I mean,
it's not the nicest sounding shimmer, but it works.
What's weird is I don't like it I wouldn't use it live, but if you wanted it as an accent for one song, I quite like it.
It definitely had a sound, so you could use it for certain things.
But if you had that on the right song, I think that would be good. But I wouldn't use it as a I'd use normal shimmer. I could shimmer.
This one's called Ocean Deep. This might be good.
And Mountain High. Right, I can't remember. Is that what's the song's called?
It's not called that.
Why am I looking at you like this?
I don't know.
What's going on? I've had half a beer. It's because it's so hot in here, and I'm a bit like, I struggle with these demos because I'm like, well, it's good. What else do I need to say? And then people are like, oh, he didn't play much. I'm like, well, there are a million demos.
I think the reason why we struggle with these demos is because we don't learn about it first. We learn on the video, and then
Well, after we've got everything, I can tell what it will do, and I think anyone with an IQ over 4 will go, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I just think
if you're a complete beginner and you don't know enough, probably don't buy one. Would be my suggestion. Yeah. I know that sounds arrogant.
But then I do think this is something that you could easily play around with to learn as you go. Because there's so much in it, and it's easy to use.
But you can use it to change patches or turn on and off effects. You can set it as a stomp box mode. So you can have this, so say for example you've got a nice amp sound, you could set that as the boost and that as the, I don't know what else, something, a zhuzhy thing.
I personally, for me, I think
God, that's good.
I'm going to use it as I would have used the Joyo, but with a bit extra. So I probably would just set it up to a decent amp sound for guitar
it
and a bass setting.
Amp, your reverb and delay, and your boost in the loop.
Well, yeah, boost as well because I don't.
Because you could set one of these as your boost. You could, if you could go right, what is a nice amp? Have one of the switches to put a load more drive.
Yeah, I'm unlikely to use that for too many effects other than delay and reverb, maybe. Yeah, because I've got what I need there.
But if you go, oh crap, we need a song that needs a phaser. Well, it's got that.
Well, I do have the plethora, which has that sort of thing in it for me.
Do you need the plethora if you've got this though?
Oh, don't say that. Well, you just got the
How much was the plethora?
300.
300?
It is amazing though.
Says that.
Yeah.
As good as the multi-effects big things are, it's nice to have your board, which always sounds better.
I think that's it. It's like the multi-effects
This
thing
just
with
enhances
stomps,
it,
but
yeah.
it's not quite as easily accessible for if you're playing live or anything. But if you set it up as you want it,
hybrid setup, that's perfect. You could probably do
really
it just that. I wouldn't because I don't play.
But that would fit perfectly with my board with the pedals I've got to just go right.
Anyone can make space for that, couldn't they? Though?
Yeah.
Like on both your board, you'd move stuff around to fit that. You'd take something off.
I mean, that's
like you say, you can get rid of the Atlantic delay and reverb, the new Atlantic delay and reverb, which again was a really impressive pedal.
there you go. That's pretty much the
What
exact
did you
size.
just remove? Oh, it's a Joyo. Yeah.
A nice little this size space on my board now.
Have you got a tuner on there? You don't need a tuner.
That's true.
So you can get rid of the tuner. Does it tuner mute? Sorry. It's so good.
How do I?
Oh yeah, left one. So you don't need a tuner either.
Yeah.
It's really good. Hotone Ampero Mini. 190. Looks cool. Perfect for hybrid setup. You're looking at what to get rid of. I can see it. Is that what's happening? Or?
I reckon. Okay, I couldn't get rid of too much. I could get, like you said, I could get rid of the tuner. I'm not going to get rid of that plethora.
Are you not getting rid of the plethora just because it costs a lot?
No, because it's so good.
Right. Should we go and eat? And
Let's do that.
could you hang this on the wall, please?
I can.